It's another day, it's another video on the Honda-Powered Porsche. I just want to clear the room. The last episode with the seat rails, those seat rails are temporary. The tube that I used is way too thin. It's sitting in a position that I'm happy with just to drive around the neighborhood. I want to prove that all the systems work, and then I'm actually going to take everything out of the car and I'm going to do something drastic. So just hang on, hold on. I know I'm not going to gusset anything. It's just temporary. So in saying that, we're actually going to work on getting the dash mounted up in this episode. So we're going to do some cardboard aided design, CAD for short, and hopefully get everything mounted up looking pretty schmick. So stick around and let's get into it. First thing is first though, we need to remove this. You'll probably see that I use the different bolts that I found. I much prefer this look rather than the tapered bolts that were holding it in previously. So we're going to get this off. That gets us the room that we need to grab some cardboard and trace out the dash. That gets us into a position where we're able to trace out some cardboard and basically get a template to put on some 18 gauge steel that will then ultimately be tack welded in and seam sealed. So let's get straight into that. So in this cardboard box that we're going to use to actually do the template from, I got my 18 gauge 24 by 12 steel that basically will be used to mount the Haltech IC-7 digital dash. I was looking at the U10 or whatever it is, and I kind of got jealous and wish that I had have sprung for that. So Haltech, maybe in the future when this is, you know, at SEMA, what a joke. Maybe Haltech will want to work together, but hey, you know what? I'm literally doing this for myself and I'm enjoying every moment of it. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and yeah, let's make a template. And then basically I'm going to get up and under here part. So that gets us that far. And then we can basically cut that out and trim and trim and trim. So let's trim that off. So Haltech provide this very helpful mounting template. So I'm basically going to measure up marks the center of this with the center of what I've got. So basically keep it aligned there, move it up, position it where I want, and then I'm going to basically use a hole punch to punch the holes where the mounting threads will go. We need to create a hole for this as well as the auxiliary plug. Not bad. So that's all kind of mocked up in there. If I turn it over, we've got the cables, we've got the screws. We'll have to widen that a little bit, but honestly, that's pretty solid for the first little setup. Now we're going to try and install it. All right, so goal is to feed them through there, and yeah, I can already hear that we're running into the nuts are hitting. All right, so we're definitely going to make some clearance there. But overall, pretty happy with that. The dash pad will cover. As long as everything sits right there, we're pretty solid. Yeah. I actually think I'm on a tiny bit of an angle. There's a part of me that now wants to draw this up in CAD. But we're not there yet. So that looks good. Now, like I said, the that's hitting. So we've got one screw, we've got this screw here hitting here. So we are gonna, I can actually see exactly where it's hitting. So we're gonna have to cut this out. We'll open this up, keep the structural integrity of that, but we'll cut through here, through there, through there, through there. Open that up. That'll get us a little bit easier to get behind there and screw things in. But that's the next step, is to cut that out. Terrifying. No going back other than redoing an entire dash. But you know, when stranger things have happened, when we fully cage it, yeah, pretty happy with that. That's it for tonight. I got exactly what I needed to get done today. That was what I set out for. We have the cardboard template that we can then put onto the mild steel tomorrow. I know now that I have to cut into the dash to make room for the mounting points on the back of the Haltech where they screw in. And that kind of is where I wanted to be by the end of today. So in saying that, I'm gonna go get some rest. We'll probably have this all buttoned up by the end of the week, I hope. I'd like to see the dash in there turning on, all that kind of stuff, hard mounted, and know that it's in there for good. So yeah, that's where we're gonna end it tonight. So I didn't film much, but I did get this all ready to tack weld in. I don't have the etch primer or weld-thru primer yet, but I just want to tack this into this position so that we know where we got to go, and confirm that it's very easy to install said dash. So we cut all the holes out, I've slotted them, given myself just enough room. So let's get that tacked in. So I had some bare metal here. This chassis ground, game changer for when I redo the seat mounts. So definitely going to keep that in mind. You can see the hole that I cut. We're basically just going to go position this with where I cut it. We're already grounded. We're just going to tack it in and see how we go. All right. Ow! Well, it's in, but I got a hole in my skin. Check out that. Is that gonna show up? Now I just have to take everything back apart. I need to cut the tacks out, grab the piece of metal, and then basically the bare metal on each side. I need to etch primer, put it back into place, tack it up, and basically then steel it black everything, and then reinstall the dash. So super happy with that. Super happy with how it's all going to wire in. Yeah, I really couldn't be happy with how that turned out. It's another night. I'm going to remove the digital dash out of the plate that we've made and cut the plate out. And that's basically where the episode's going to end. I'm still waiting on the etch primer, the weld-thru primer. Hopefully that comes next week, and then we can kind of just finish this project up next week. So let's get straight into removing it. I'll show you how we're going to remove it. We'll clean up some stuff, and then that's basically it. It's not super simple to remove. So you basically go through here. Let's see how easy this is going to end up being. I may need to use basically use a, what's it called? Actually, that wasn't too bad. If I know where I'm going, it might actually be easier to use a like a stubby screwdriver, but so far it's not actually that difficult. I say that and now I'm struggling. So it's actually because of where the defrost vent is that I can't get I can't get the screwdriver to be exactly straight. I wonder if I used like a little what's it called? That's two. Bottom one's super easy to get to, but before we do that, we're going to unplug that cable. This one is unplugged, and then I think we'll just feed the other one through when it comes out. There you have it. So yeah, this is basically a usable piece. I'm going to cut the tack welds out, and then we're going to clean up the inside. Removing the hub basically just gives me a little bit more maneuverability with the angle grinder. It's probably not entirely necessary, but again, just make my life easier. So now that we've got that, I'm going to basically cut this a little bit nicer, smoother, and then we'll just tidy it up, get it ready for some etch primer when it comes. So yeah, at least now we're kind of aligned with that. I'm going to get the flapper disc down and just smooth that out, smooth all the edges out, make sure on the inside there's nothing going to cut me on the inside. And then we're pretty much done there for widening this hole. Now that that's all cleaned up, we can reposition that back where the original tacks were. They're still centered. All right, I am happy with that. We'll push everything up in and weld it all up. Basically, I'm just going to do maybe an inch long weld every 3 inches, basically. Starting from the centers, working my way around. I think that should be plenty strong enough. It should give a consistent look. It's going to be painted in black steel anyway on this side. So yeah, very happy with how that's turned out. Like I said, I'm still waiting for the etch primer, so I'm going to finish up this video here. We made some serious progress on getting this dash all finished up or buttoned up. Still need to order a dash pad, and there should be something really exciting coming up. It's kind of hiding in those boxes behind me. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm super excited about that. So in the next video, we're going to talk about water systems. Until then, please like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate everyone watching.